You're listening to Stories to Create with your host, Cornell Bunting. Author, motivational speaker, and founder of ES Each Episode. Cornell sits down with inspiring voices to uncover the stories that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Get ready to listen, learn, and be inspired. The show starts now.
Yes, welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at ES Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting, and I got to tell you guys, I'm excited. Today, you guys get to see us on the camera. It's a beautiful thing. We got the engineers in the building. So this is beautiful. On today's show, we have a very talented young lady. Got a lot to say. She's also the executive assistant to EOS, and she is also a realtor. But we're gonna save all that for later in the show. And right now, help me welcome Raegan Heffelfinger. Did I say it right?
Heffelfinger. That's okay though. It's a hard one, I get it. Thank you for having me, Cornell. I'm very excited to be able to be here and help film with everyone.
Beautiful.
And just share my story a little bit.
Yes. So, with this show, and it's the first that we're doing something like this where we're trying to tell the listeners how everyone has a story. And so we take everyone back. And so what we want you to do today is take us back as far as you can remember the Raegan before the Raegan now. Yeah?
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess that's not that long in time. I'm only 19, so...
She's a baby.
So I guess from the point that I can remember to start off, I guess I'll start around the age of 15, I guess, is where everything kind of started. My life kind of shifted a little bit.
Yeah.
Where I started to fully develop into who I am today and just take baby steps from there.
Yeah.
At 15, my parents did get divorced, so that was a huge thing on me. Trying to go back and forth between the houses and everything like that. And I also started my first job at 16. Okay. I started working for a permitting company for my aunt.
Okay.
Nolan's Permitting.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just started working at La Playa where I met you.
Right.
So I worked there for 2 years, 16 to 18.
Yeah.
And I met so many different people there, from real estate agents to you as now the founder of EHOS, which is crazy. And also an author as well, which is awesome.
This is beautiful. I got to tell you, though, because the listeners want the juice.
Oh,
so we gotta go back into some of that juice a little bit. Did you ever feel like, because a lot of kids or youths, whatever, feel like they're a part of the reason a divorce happened? Did you ever feel like that?
I did a little bit. I thought, because I did play travel softball, and it was very expensive because I played on the number 1 team in the state of Florida, and we were traveling almost out of state every weekend.
Okay.
So it was a lot of my family, but my parents were always split up, going one way with my sister with softball, one way with me.
Okay.
So I always figured, maybe it was us, because they were never together at the time, so they could never talk, never have their alone time to just connect and build that relationship even stronger. So I did at one point think it was me, but later on in life kind of figured out it wasn't necessarily me.
Right.
That there were problems before, but, just things happen, so...
Who was Raegan? Let's go back to middle school. Because, when you leave middle, you're in middle from what age?
I think 12 to 15.
Okay, so let's go back to middle school. What kind of young lady were you in middle school? Did you like fighting?
Yeah, I was very determined, I would say. I was the kid that always followed the rules. I wasn't, I kind of kept quiet, kind of just did my work. I got straight A's. Okay. I didn't really do much. I played all the sports I possibly could. I didn't actually start playing sports till 8th grade when people started to pull me out of my shell. Okay. Because I played travel softball, so I couldn't do anything. Right. But 8th grade, I got into everything. I did soccer. I did track. I did volleyball. I did everything that I could put my hands on, and I made every team that I possibly tried out for, and I was so excited about that. But it took a lot of confidence from my teachers that had to pull it out of me. I wasn't a confident person. I kind of just kept in the shadows. I didn't speak up.
Right.
So I learned at that point from 6th to 8th grade, that's when I need to use my voice and speak out.
Which of the sports, out of all the sports that you got into, which of them really stood out to you? Like, you're like, I kind of want to do this one more.
I would say soccer. I played soccer when I was 3. And I cried because no one would share the ball with me. I didn't understand. So in middle school, my math teacher asked me, hey, like, you're fast. Like, can you play soccer? And I was like, I don't like soccer. And he was like, come on, try out, please. Yeah. So I decided, okay, why not? So I tried out, made the team. Yeah. And I actually ended up the MVP at the end of the season.
Look at you.
Guarding the tallest girl who is 6'5", and I'm 5'1". Wow. And I have a whole article written on me as well about it. So there was like 3 of us that were like MVP of the game, and we won the middle school championship game.
Wow, look at you.
And we were the underdogs. We lost to them every single time we played them until the last game of the season. Oh, okay. We actually beat them.
And then you decide no more.
No, I actually continued playing soccer in 9th and 10th grade. I quit 11th grade. Okay. And I actually played my senior season as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I did finish off on a strong note there.
This is good. How was the company, the individuals that follow Raegan in high school when you got to high school? Did you have a lot of people that, like, entourage?
Not necessarily. I actually went into middle school with, like, a solid friend group. Okay. But I found out later on in life that you're not necessarily going to be friends with everyone that you meet in middle school. I'm only friends with one person.
No.
From that whole group.
Oh, man.
So in middle school, I changed groups about 6 or 7 times, actually. Okay. And I went from hanging out with all the people that play sports to just hanging out with everyone and just learning that networking is a huge thing. Right. So I talk to everyone. I'm friends with everyone. Yeah. And even, like, my friends that didn't like other people, like, they didn't want me to be friends with them. I didn't care. It was networking. I wanted to be friends with them. I still talk to every single person that I was friends with in high school now. And I still connect with them and their parents and everything. And I try and keep in contact as much as I can, especially with Hurricane Ian going on and the fires that actually just recently happened out in the States, making sure I reach out to everyone, making sure they're okay, and just keeping that connection with everyone.
That's beautiful. Were you ever a victim to peer pressure?
Oh, yes, for sure. I personally don't fall into peer pressure, but I have a couple of times where I would kind of hang out with the not-so-good people that would, I guess, smoke weed at the basketball court. I never did it. I never took part, but I was there. Okay. So that wasn't a good place for me to be. I should not have been there at the time because if I did get caught, I was on a softball team. So I would have gotten kicked off, which wasn't a great decision. However, it was all my friends, so I was like, oh, why not? Like, I don't want to be left out, so I went. Yeah. So that was the only peer pressure moment that I can remember. But other than that, if someone did try to peer pressure me, I kind of would just be like, no, not having it, not doing it.
That's beautiful right there. How would you say now, with a lot of the challenges that the youths or this younger generation that we're in, and I think you're still considered a part of that generation, definitely, with social media right now and you guys' decision making?
Oh, that's a big question. Well, there's a lot going on, as everyone knows, with social media. Right. Just influencers in general, like different types of influencers you would typically not see back when we were born and growing up. Like, it's crazy what, like, this world has come to. Right. And there's a lot of different things that, I mean, we don't understand. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't understand, and I do look to the older generation to help out, kind of trying to explain what's going on. Yeah. And I'm more of an old soul. I typically fall under, like, I don't love social media. I hate it. I hate social media. All right. I don't want to be a part of it. However, my job as a realtor and as an assistant, I do have to use it. So I use it to my advantage to network, and that's all I use it for. I don't go on there much to look around because you can't always believe what you see. Right. So I kind of just post what would benefit other people so that they can learn. You
just said something that I think this, for you guys that are watching, listening, you got to tell them again. You cannot do what?
You can't believe everything you see, and you need to post something that will benefit other people.
Right. Because it almost seemed like this younger generation now, most of what they watch doesn't even benefit them.
Nope,
it's
not at
just
all.
for entertainment, yeah?
Yeah, I would agree.
So why you feel like, like in the space you're in now, as an old soul, you would be considered old soul, yeah?
I would consider myself as that.
What kind of music influenced you, like with that vibe?
Well, my dad used to listen to a lot of like old country, and I love country. I still listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
I would prefer that. I also listen to like a lot of Christian music, but more of like, I'm kind of stirring into like Christian rap now because everyone likes rap, and I can't find like a group of people that can like settle. A lot of people don't like country, so they won't settle on it. So I kind of tie like, I take Christian music because it doesn't have a lot of curse words in it. It's not gonna rap about stuff that's not necessary. So I just take that, and it's rap music, so everyone likes to hear rap music for some reason. So I listen to that, and then classic rock as well, a little bit here and there.
That's a beautiful thing. Now, there's not a lot of young people that I know that have the passion that you have towards wanting to help. At what age, because you're still so young, but at what age did you feel like, this is what one of my purposes is going to look like, helping?
I would say about 12.
Okay.
At 12, I started babysitting. I was obsessed with kids. Loved them. I had a baby doll I'd carry around from the time I could start walking. And my mom's like, you got to get rid of that thing. It's disgusting. And I was like, no, it's my baby. I love my baby.
Was it a doll?
It was a doll. And so at 12, I started babysitting, and I started volunteering at St. Matthew's House.
Okay.
And we're actually doing an event with my real estate group on April 1st from 10 to 12 at Sun and Fun.
Oh, lovely.
So we're still working with St. Matthew's House. So I still work with them to this day. So I've been working with them since I was 12, serving the homeless and serving them food and bringing gifts to all the kids that, can't have a Christmas.
Right. You ever had a conversation with one of those individuals that just touched you so much that you just wanted to maybe give them a hug or whatever that looked like?
Yeah, definitely. There was one in particular. We were actually sitting on the couch waiting to go serve food. And one of the people came in that was homeless, and they sat on the couch next to us. And my mom was a little apprehensive at first because, we're in an unknown location and we don't know these people. But of course, my loud mouth decided to start talking to them. So I started to talk to him a little bit. He started telling us his story, how he got into drugs and things like that. So my mom's like, oh gosh, here we go. I don't want my daughter to hear this.
Oh, no.
But it was good for me to hear because I saw him at his lowest point, work his way back to where he is now. And he was 1 month away from being able to purchase a house just because St. Matthew's House helped him so much get back on his feet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So, despite what a lot of the challenges a lot of individuals are going through, you do agree there's hope for them?
Oh, I definitely do. You just have to be the one to want it for yourself. Like, if other people want it for you, it's not going to happen. You have to be the one to take those steps and that initiative to push yourself. Right.
Now, you're writing a lot. What is that going to look like maybe in a year or two?
Oh, my gosh. There's a lot that's changing just because I am 19.
Right.
I did drop out of college, so that was huge for me. And that's not the typical. So I may get judged for it. So that's also going to be included in like my book as well that I'm writing.
Okay.
I'm hoping to have it done within the next 2 years because there's a lot changing. I want to kind of end it when I purchase like the first couple homes of my life when I start to get settled.
Okay.
And right now I'm not settled. I'm still a little all over the place trying to figure out my path and where I want to be in a consistent schedule. But right now I'm kind of at the point where I feel like I'm doing a lot of great things, and I'm actually super excited for what's to come, and I feel like I'm on my path now.
Right.
And I'm at my peak.
This is good. Now, you always hear like some rappers, actors, celebrity say, keep your circle very small. Do you agree with that?
Yes and no. I think to keep your circle small about what you're going to tell people everything about you, to keep that small. However, networking is a huge thing. You need to network. That's how you're going to get to know people. That's how you're going to sell yourself. They're going to sell you to other people, and that's how people are you're going to get your business going. So I would say to keep your circle small in terms of what you tell people about family life, especially because you don't know who's going to turn their back on you. So keep it small within that. I like to keep it within family only, really. I don't tell my friends much anymore because I don't have that many friends. I have maybe 5 or 6 good friends, and they still don't know everything because we don't keep in touch like 24/7. But we do catch up here and there. They do know most of my story. But for networking purposes, I do keep a large group open that knows me, and I can be personable with them, but not share everything.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Oh, gosh. Well, it depends. Middle school, it was math. I loved math, and I loved engineering. I loved building things. Hands-on, it was my favorite thing to possibly do. High school, gosh, I hated high school.
What, you didn't like math no more in high school?
No, I actually did dual enrollment so I could get out of high school.
The
last 2 years, I didn't even go to high school at all.
No?
I refused. I wouldn't even go on campus unless it was for softball purposes. Wow. I did volunteer. I was in a bunch of organizations like student government and National Honor Society, and I did all that jazz, but for the most part, I kind of strayed away from high school, and I didn't really have a favorite subject. I just wanted to get out.
Why you were so bored? What made you so bored of what was going on there?
To be completely honest, the teachers didn't love their job, and I could feel that. They didn't want to be there. They didn't want to teach, which made me not want to learn. So I would take that and go learn on my own. I don't need to learn the curriculum they're teaching me because I know I'm not going to use it.
Okay. I get it. And that's kind of rough, though. Like, it's knowing that you're going to go in a space where the person that is teaching you don't necessarily want to be there.
And I thought I definitely wanted to do medical. That was my dead set. So that was my favorite class. I loved it. I did so well in it. And my teacher was like, how are you so good at this? Like, this is your passion. And that's what I thought for the longest time until I got into college and they started teaching stuff that had nothing to do with it. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm paying thousands of dollars, and I'm now in debt. For what? I don't need a degree for real estate, so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to take a complete right turn. 90 degrees, just go completely left of what I thought I would do. Yes, that turned a lot of heads. People were like, what are you doing? You need to get a degree. But I know what I want, and I'm going to get what I want.
I like that.
So I went out, got my real estate license, passed it the first try.
Wow.
And everyone was like, oh, okay, maybe you do know what you're doing. Maybe you're okay.
This is good.
So I'm now not in debt, which is nice. I paid it all off.
That's good.
I was 3 semesters away from getting my bachelor's, but I wasn't going to use it. So I didn't see the purpose in paying $18,000 more for a degree that people can just look at and say, oh, you got a degree. It just teaches you that you were on time, you went to school, and that was it. And it was in health sciences. I don't need that for real estate. And I want to do Airbnb management and start a couple businesses and then help EHOS grow.
There you go.
Where it could possibly be the top.
I like that. And man. You know, so we're gonna go back a little bit. Dad, mom. Who was you as a little girl? Like, was you mommy's little girl or daddy's little girl?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every young person carries a story of hope, of struggle, of dreams waiting to rise. But in too many undeserved communities, those stories go unheard.
At ease, Inc. Everyone has a story. We believe every voice deserves a chance. Through mentorship, empowering programs, and storytelling workshops, we help youth discover their purpose, strengthen their mindset, and build a future they can be proud of.
From classrooms in Jamaica to communities across Southwest Florida.
Yes, it's changing lives.
One story at a time.
But we can't do it alone. Join us, become a mentor, volunteer, donate, help us fuel the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers.
Visit ahazink.org today, because when you help a young person share their story, you help them change their world.
A little bit of both. It kind of changed like every year.
Yeah.
I would say it was more of like a daddy's girl because he was all into sports.
Okay.
Always wanted to do sports events. So I loved it. He played football, basketball. He played everything that you could possibly play.
Right.
And I wanted to be just like him. I played every sport that I could possibly play. Middle school, I played every single sport they had.
Yeah.
High school, I continued the sports. I think I played a total of 15 sports in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've tried to master all of them. And I did pretty well for the most part, I would say.
That's good. So now would you say the relationship with mom now is more stronger than with dad?
I would definitely say that now. Yeah, we're definitely more close just because we're both female. We both relate on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do have my dad's mindset.
Okay.
So I have his mindset, but I'm closer with my mom because she's more open and empathetic, where like more males are closed off a little bit and they don't know how to share emotion. Yeah. So I would say I kind of go towards her for like the emotional side of things, but then I go to my dad for like business advice and things like that.
Oh, okay. So you never really share much of your personal life with dad?
Not necessarily. No. He doesn't know much about me, honestly, which is kind of sad. I should tell him more, but I mean, it's a little difficult because it's like he doesn't understand. He kind of has his one mindset. My mom has her mindset, and like I'm in the middle. Like I'm a little bit of both. So I kind of just go where their topics are. So
the big question: have you told him you got a boyfriend yet?
He does know. He's met him.
He
has met him like 3 or 4 times. Okay. We've been together a year, so that's not a lot, but he does know.
That's good. How did he take that though? Did he take that okay?
He did. No, he's fine with me having a boyfriend, and he loves that my boyfriend has the same mindset as him and as me, and we're both very determined people, and we're not going to give up.
I like that.
Especially when I went off to college, I decided to leave. I moved to Pensacola for like 2 months, 3 months, wasted $6,000 just moving. Yeah. Then I had to pay for school, and he was supportive through it all. And my dad saw that, so he was so appreciative that he was there for me. And now that I live with him, my dad is so grateful that I have someone to lean on that's gonna support me and push me.
I like that. Now I've seen every now and then you do a little bit of going out with moms and you do the girl thing. Because mom kind of look very young as well. Yeah.
Oh, she likes to think. No, we do go out a lot. We have dinner a lot. We'll go shooting together sometimes. We'll just we don't do the typical mother-daughter thing where they like go to dinner a lot. We tend to do more of the athletic sporty things now. She likes to do triathlons and run. So we'll go out and run together. And we were supposed to do a Tough Mudder, but I'm going to Nebraska now, which I'm kind of bummed about, but I'm excited to go see my boyfriend's family. So
there you go. This is good. Is this going to be the first time you're meeting them?
No, I've been to Nebraska like 5 times already.
Okay. This is good. Now, because you're here in Florida, the Sunshine State.
Oh, yes. Love it.
And, for the listeners, especially like listeners that we have out in the UK, what would you say about Florida? Like, make you want to continue what you're doing here? Well,
I personally am obsessed with Naples because of the weather. Yeah. I love it. I moved to Pensacola, hated it. Yeah. I started getting eczema, started having a lot of medical problems actually when I moved there. So I kind of have to stay in more of the tropical zone or just south in general. Right. But Florida has been my home. I was born here, raised in Naples, all 19 years. Wow. So I mean, I don't really know anything different. Right, really, I love traveling. I've been out of the country. I've been to Europe. Yeah. I've been to 6 different countries. I've been to like 25 states, I want to say. So I've traveled a lot, but this is my home. I can't change that. So
if I was to ask you, who's your biggest inspiration? In my head, I'm thinking you're going to say something, but I'm curious to hear what you say. Who is your biggest inspiration right now?
I actually don't have like a one person in particular.
Okay.
I have a lot of different people, and I have a lot of mentors. Like I have you as a mentor.
Yeah.
With like writing and EHAS and nonprofits. But I also have my boss, Lindsay and Judy, who are my mentors for real estate, who are guiding me through. Lindsay and Julie, they're guiding me through everything. And then I also have my boyfriend as well, who's changed my mindset where I was, I'm going to work a 9 to 5. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to do this. Right. To now I want to have my own schedule. I know I want to be there for when I have kids. I want to be retired young now. I like that. Where before I was like, I want to work my whole life. I want to never have a day off. And now I'm like, all right, let's vacation. Let's not go to school at all. Let's not go to work. So it's a complete turn.
Are you saying that's the life we live?
Well, the life I want to live. Not necessarily right now. We're going to get to it eventually.
It's true that what you're saying, because a lot of us that work so much now feel like that. Like, you never really get a day off. You just be going.
Exactly.
So one of the things I saw was school was going to 4 days a week. You think that's going to work or help with these kids better their grades and stuff like that?
Not at all. I honestly I didn't even know that, actually. I kind of stopped paying attention to the school system as a whole and just teaching myself through YouTube and podcasts, actually, as well, and just talking to other people and the older generation, because they seem a lot more stable than what we are now. Right. So I tend to go more towards them. I actually didn't even know the school system is going to 4 days a week. Are they still doing, like, longer time?
Well, it hasn't gotten to Florida yet, but there's, I think, 1 or 2 states that most of the schools are already agreeing on what that's going to look like. So when you get a chance, you look it up. You'll see what that looks like. So, with the era we're in right now, because people say we're in a paradigm shift, and with everything that's going on, how important is the language? Like, when it comes to culture.
Oh, very important. I think it's good. And it kind of sucks because in school, they don't, especially in America, they don't push you to learn a bunch of cultures and other languages. It's just Spanish. That's it. And I personally love, like, Italian, Spanish, like German. Like, I would love to learn all those. Right. However, they don't push it. They don't they don't have a German class. They only have French and English and Spanish. That's it. That's all they have in America. So,
not even Chinese?
No. You have to get a tutor for that. They don't teach that in school. So I think it's very important to learn all that stuff so you can communicate with other people. My aunt, she actually spoke 7 languages. Wow. And she worked for the military. She actually recently passed, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, which was devastating. But she had a huge weight on her shoulders because she had to go to other countries and she was able to translate, and that's huge for us to be able to connect with other countries and link together to support each other.
Oh man. Do you think that's something that a lot of these kids would want as well? Like,
I don't think so.
No.
Kids today are very lazy, and I don't love that aspect, but I would say school is making them lazy. They don't want to learn because the teachers don't want to teach. So it just starts, it's a chain, and that chain is breaking as you can see it going down, which sucks, but that's just reality. So the kid has to be the one that wants to, change the world, and that's not everybody.
Well, what would you say to the listener that's saying, okay, what is a solution? What is a solution that you would suggest?
A solution I would suggest is, I guess, just trying to use your mouth, use your words, speak up, speak loud, and maybe, I guess, start within the schools. Preach to your school about something that you guys could change as a whole. Right. You can't change it by one person. You need multiple people. So by spreading that word and using your voice on what we think we need to change, then we can start from there.
You feel like kids don't really say much because they don't think their voice or their opinion go anywhere?
Yeah, I would agree. And also with the politics and things like that, kids are afraid to speak out because of judgment. Instead of being, as a whole, both parties and every party together, we're segregated. And we're going back to the old times. We're going backwards instead of forwards, which isn't, it's not good. But, I mean, that's the reality of it. And if you do understand that, then you're ahead of where everyone else stands right now. So
that's beautiful. What was your favorite cartoon?
I didn't watch cartoons. I did not, to be honest. I only like real-time shows. I did not like cartoons.
So you watch TV shows?
I watched like Animal Planet and like things that were real. I don't like fake shows or anything that's like animated. I hated all of it. I don't know why. Yeah. And even like theme parks, like when we'd go on like the baby rides, I would complain, "Mom, what is this? This is dumb. I want to go on the big girl ride." Like I want to know it's real. It's not these little carts that drive around. Like I want to go on the real roller coaster.
Oh my goodness! Even when you were at the ice,
I did. I went on one of the biggest roller coasters in the world. It was in Ohio. I forgot the theme park's name, but it was the spiral goes straight up and straight down.
Ah, what?
I was like 8, I think. What? 7 or 8, yeah.
Was you like scared out of your mind? Or
I loved it. I went with my grandpa. And we sent a picture to my parents, and they're like, "Why would you let her go on that?" Both my sister and I. My sister was like 6. Yeah. She went on it too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You know, the listeners right now are saying, "Who are you?"
I guess I'm crazy. Sorry to break it to everyone. I'm a little crazy.
Now, let's say in the movie world, because you don't do much of that stuff, but let's say on a creative side, what one show or movie ever had you be like, if I was ever feeling a certain way, I would go back and watch this movie?
Oh gosh. I don't really know off the top of my head. I don't watch many movies really anymore. I guess the one show that I can think of, just because recently I saw a clip of it, is Outer Banks. They're so free.
Okay.
They like go on the boat whenever they want. Yes, they are looking for treasure, and yes, sometimes there's obstacles in their way, but that's life. Yeah. There's going to be obstacles, but they're living free. They're living their life. Yeah. They're on a boat. They're doing what they love. They're with their friends. And that's kind of what I want to like push out there. Hang out with your friends. Live your life. Have fun. Don't make it miserable.
I like that. And I have watched pretty much all the episodes of...
Even season 3?
Even season 3.
I haven't started season 3 yet. But...
I think for me, though, is that's one of the reason I watch a lot of these shows is just because I am writing script, some of my stories that I write. So I wanted to see... I get fascinated with the writer. So when I watch something, I'm not necessarily watching what's going on there. I'm watching how the writing was done, and then them taking that in a script and bringing it to life.
I did actually last night. My boyfriend and I watched The Last of Us, which it's actually really good considering that there's like these creatures in it that are fake, which I don't love that. Like I don't really like action movies like that, which are fake characters. Yeah. But at the end of the season, they actually played reruns of how they shot each scene.
Oh, that's
which
beautiful.
Was so cool to see because it's like the girl's going in slow motion with the knife, but they sped it up, and I'm like, how did they do that? That looks so real in the movie, but she's going so slow, like with the script, and like the way her acting was crazy, and I got to watch it like behind the scenes, which was so cool to see.
So there was a lot of green screen.
No, it wasn't green screen. It was a real life like building that they were in, that they were shooting in. Okay. But just the way they transferred from one scene in like this cage to the next scene on a table was so cool. And her makeup and everything, I got to watch that being done, and her talking. And she was actually British, but she used an American accent, which was so crazy to me.
That is amazing. Now, because, you say you don't really like social media. If listeners want to follow you or find you, where can listeners find you or follow you?
So my Instagram, I have an Instagram and a TikTok. My Instagram is Raegan the Realtor, and then my TikTok is Raegan the Realtor 0. And then I also am going to start a Facebook here soon. It'll be the same name.
Okay.
And then my personal account is R Heffelfinger3, which is a little difficult for everyone to fill out. But if you guys want to follow me, you'll figure it out.
Yes. It's a cool name, people. I'm learning to pronounce it right. I think I did a good job. So for the young minds that are listening to the show, what would you leave them with?
Well, you guys are the new generation. So I would suggest, I know there's a lot of hardships and things, especially when you're young. Like, especially if you go through a divorce or you're in foster care or just whatever hardship you go through, don't let that define who you are. You need to be the one to push and make your decisions. Don't be like, oh, I can't do that because of this. Right. No, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Oh, I like that. That is so powerful right there. Guys, we have just created a story right here at EOS Club with the very talented Raegan. You are a rock star.
Thank you.
Knuckles. We just do the knuckles over here. It's a beautiful thing. I got to tell you guys, until the next episode when we have another amazing individual that will create a story right here at EOS Club, we will see you in our next episode. Thank you, Raegan.
Thank you, Cornell.
You are so awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in and downloading this episode of Stories to Create. We appreciate you being part of this growing community of storytellers and listeners. If today's conversation inspired you, please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who could use a little motivation in their journey. A special thank you to our sponsors, EHAS Organization, Cornell Bunting LLC, and Nostril Cheese Chase for supporting the mission and making this podcast possible. To learn more about our work, upcoming projects, and how you can get involved, be sure to visit www.hissinggorge and www.cornellbunting.com. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, your story has power.